What's going on, guys? Welcome to Ajax Reviews. Today we review How to Make a Monster. Directed by Huang. An evil video game comes to life and hunts a group of developers. Now, I've said in the past, I'm not big on remakes, and there's usually a 1 out of 200 chance that a movie's gonna be good. Well, this is one of those situations where technically this movie is a remake, and technically it's not. This is one of the 5 creature features that Stan Winston made based off of old-ass movies. But they're not technically remakes. They're just... They share a title, pretty much, and a little bit of an idea. I wouldn't really call it a remake from the 1958 version of How to Make a Monster, but it does share the name, so we're gonna treat it kind of like a remake. I saw this movie way back, man. It was right after X-Men came out, and I noticed Tyler Mane was in it, and I'm like, hey, that's Sabretooth in X-Men. And I also recognized him from WCW. I used to watch wrestling way back when I was a kid, and I recognized him. I'm like, that's that guy that was in WCW that hurt his knee or his back or whatever and retired. Tyler Mane, as we know, went on to play Michael Myers in Rob Zombie's Halloween films and has done some other things since then. He's actually a really good actor. He's really big, really intimidating guy. Cool as shit, too. It also has some other characters. It has one of the guys from Jason Goes to Hell that gets turned into Jason later on. And it also has one of the girls from, what is it, the Faculty? Or, yeah, I think it's the Faculty. She's in it as well. So it's got a decent cast. I remember enjoying this movie, not hating it, but not loving it. I was like, you know, it's a horror movie. Let's see what I thought of it now.
Where's the crew?
How to Make a Monster, to me, feels less like a remake and more of a movie inspired by the 1958 movie of the same name. Even though this movie did take a bit to get going, in the downtime, it was still entertaining. I mean, the banter between the characters was hilarious. It was fun to watch.
Fresh meat.
We also get treated to a cameo from the late Julie Strain. Damn, I miss her. She didn't care. She's like, I'll do anything.
Jump.
What?
Jump, you know, up and down so I can calibrate the system.
Now, in a movie like this, you would expect the acting to be kind of blah. But surprisingly, it's really good. But then again, it shouldn't really be surprising based off of the casting choices. The monster itself actually looked pretty badass for 2001. Well, then again, I wouldn't really expect anything less out of Stan Winston Studios. Back in 2001, there weren't very many horror movies that were made just for the sake of being fun and enjoyable. They all had to have big budgets and had to, have this substance and this crazy story. I really respect movies that, even in 2001, were made just for shits and giggles, just to have a good time. This movie just wanted to pay homage, or homage, however you want to pronounce it, to the original 1958 film, and have fun doing it. I mean, it's not like they were out to reinvent the wheel. And in my opinion, this movie delivered. I mean, this is one of those movies that I enjoy every single time I put it on. With a simple premise and execution, this movie's not only entertaining, but it's a movie you can go back to over and over and over again just for poops and laughs.
Yeah, hardcore's my real name. I had it legally changed a year ago. I wanted Diablo, but it was already taken.
So what did I like about this movie? The effects. For 2001, the effects in this movie were actually pretty damn good. I also really liked just how goofy the fucking characters were, man. Like, you would think Tyler Mane, big dude, he had one of the goofiest roles in the movie. It was fucking hilarious. Another thing that I liked about this movie is just how different this movie is from the 1958 version. Really, the only thing that is comparable is the title. And another thing I really liked was the cameo by Julie Strain. Not just because she was topless. That helped. It's nice seeing her back in the heyday, man. She was a strong woman, and she knew what she wanted to do in life, and she went for it. She didn't give a shit. So then what did I dislike about this movie? The fact that Julie Strain wasn't in it enough. And again, not because she was topless. Julie Strain is one of those people that is synonymous with cheesy horror movies or cheesy sci-fi movies. And to have her in a movie like this, it pays dividends. Another thing I really didn't like is that this movie takes a while to get going. It starts off really slow, but then once it picks up, it picks up. But during that initial startup phase, man, it's like, dude, do something. And the other thing that I really didn't like about this movie was the CG effects. The CG effects could have been better. And the video game effects as well could have been a lot better, even for 2001. Like, I remember playing video games in 2001 and they didn't look that bad. So, in conclusion, would I recommend this movie? Of course I would. It's fun, it has some cool effects, and it has a cameo by Julie Strain topless. Well, then again, when wasn't she topless? I can't think of any time. The acting was good, and the story was executed nicely. What more can you ask for? So with that being said, guys, I give this one a 3.5 out of 5. And that's going to do it for me for today, guys. So remember, until next time, stay smart, stay clean, keep the dream, don't let the man get you down, because if he does, he may pay you $1 million to make a monster, only to have it rip your head off and then force you to kill it with fish water. Don't ask. Just don't ask. Just enjoy it.